Hello everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel. What we got here today is the next kit I'm going to be working on. I finally caught up with all the models that I'd started and not finished. But I finally caught up. Well, that's a lie, because the Jeff Gordon car is sitting in the window kind of drying. But I'm just doing the decals on that, and but everything else I'm caught up with. It's a nice feeling being able to start out fresh. So this is the kit we're going to work on. And if I stay disciplined enough, this will be the only one I work on before I start another one. But this is the MPC Toyota Supra. I got this in February at the Hobby Lobby. And this is a pretty recent re-release by Round 2 Models. You can see it's one of their Retro Deluxe branded kits. Got a couple options, stock or custom, big decal sheet, wheel options, and of course the vintage box art. So, why a Toyota Supra? I was born in the mid-2000s, 2006, and so a lot of the older sports cars that I got to see rolling around were things like these Toyotas, Mazdas, and Nissans. A lot of the Japanese import cars from the 80s and the 90s were what I grew up with. Now, of course, we have Camaros and Mustangs and Dodges, Chargers and Challengers, and those are great cars. But some of my favorite, believe it or not, now they're be classified as classic cars, are some of the mid-80s Toyotas. I've really always been a Toyota fan, even though right now I drive a Mazda. Close enough, I suppose. Still a reliable car. But when MPC came out with this Supra kit, I thought I would pick it up. So when I went over to Hobby Lobby in February, I got it, and today I'm going to start building it. Take you around the box here. Box art, showing you some of the features, some of the other MPC kits available. This one I'm going to be building up stock. Right now I'm thinking about painting it red, because I've done a bunch of blue cars recently. Done the Jeff Gordon car. The Thunderbird I did a while back was red, blue. So I think I'm going to do this one red. Here's the back of the box. Round 2 is unique because they actually used the back of the box. There's all the parts. So yeah, excited about this one. And hopefully it goes together okay. I've never built really an MPC. I've built AMT kits, but not to my knowledge have I built an MPC. Also, maybe even more exciting than the Toyota, that fella right there, yep, he's still here. No, he doesn't build models like he used to, but he is now. What are you working on?
I'm working on a Illusion IL28.
Show us the box. That's good. I can see it. Yep. What scale is it?
1 to 100. Scale.
1 to 100 scale? So tell us about the kit so far. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. Everything's fitting together nice. I've worked on it a lot today, and I'm almost finished with it. I got the landing gear done and the bomb bay. So, yeah, it's coming along pretty good.
Anything else you're working on? Or just that?
Just this for now.
Okay. Cool. So, we'll let Aaron get back to work. I'll start in on this Toyota. And we'll see you next time. Okay, so update time. Well, here's the body. This car's not done, but painted it black, put clear coat on it, and I mean, it's not really that great. I think I got some dust on the paint, or maybe the clear coat wasn't mixed up just right. But I really don't want to repaint it, so I'm going to leave it. There's the hood over there on the window. It's drying. There was an issue with it, and just had to repaint it is all. But here is, so far, there's your engine. Toyota 6-cylinder. Here's the interior. You can see it's that flat black with the gray accents. Your trunk, the metal strips and the buckle on the tie-down strap. You know, this is a pretty basic car. Here's your underside. It's gray. Blue shocks in the back, yellow struts in the front. Overall, it's not a bad model. Goes together easy. Fits okay. As in, like, I mean, there's no problems with it fitting. To me, the discerning factor, and if it's a good or a bad car model, is how the glass fits. So we'll have to see about that. But so far, everything fits fine. Not had any issues. Just the paint, which is fault of the modeler. I guess I could strip it if I really wanted to. I just really don't want to right now. I think it'll look fine. It's not a show build anyway. I've never been to a show, and unless one comes to my area, I don't plan on going to one. So, while I'm waiting for the hood over there to dry and you know, waiting on other things, I'm going to start on this model. This is the Atlantis 1/48 scale M46 patent tank. Now, Atlantis is one of my favorite model companies. And the reason is because they use all their old molds. They have molds from the 60s and the 70s and the 1950s that, you know, are really classic models that people have been building for a long time. Anyway, you take those molds and they print them again, press them out, so that people nowadays can have simple, cheap model kits that, you know, they actually, for the time, if you keep the time era in mind, and it was all cut by hand, pretty detailed models, all things considered. But this is their M46 patent tank. This has roots in the Aurora Plastics Corporation of West Hempstead, New York. And this kit was pressed out a couple years ago. I've already opened up the bag so we can see the parts. Now, these being 60, 50, 60, 70-year-old models, they're not perfect by no means, which is okay. I mean, you're not going to learn to be a better modeler if you're just constantly putting together perfectly fitting kits. So, here's the kit. Here you see the turret sides, and I don't know if it'll show up on the camera, but there's a good amount. There's really cast texture on there. Let me see if I can focus on it. You can see it a little bit right there on the pivot. It's pretty good cast texture, and with all things considered, when, you know, even some Chinese manufacturers these days can't put cast texture on tanks. This is a very simplistic model. There's your drive sprockets. You can see the flash, which, you know, that's to be expected. Here's your hull sides. Full shock absorber detail. There's the top of your turret, more cast texture. Here is a running gear tree. There's the back of your hull. Retaining rings. You've got all the hubs for the center of the wheels. Those are the return rollers and the antennas. This is probably the worst part of the whole kit right here. These 4 figures. God bless them. I guess when they dropped the bombs, the radiation really got to them. Now they're growing extra bits there. Probably will not use the figures. I'm not much of a figure guy. Mainly because I can't paint them. And, man, look at the giant hole in that guy's leg. That can't be good for your health. Spare track links. There's some turret hatches and the hull hatches. Not sure what that is. That might be the turret basket. And that's the bottom of the hull. Tracks. Rubber band tracks. Perfectly fine. A little bit of flash. Come right off. No issues here. This is a nice part right here. The upper hull. You see your gun travel lock. There's a muffler, and there's your final drive housing. Cast texture on this too. Clean molding. And here's the final tree. There's all your road wheels. Your lights on top there. Very nice. Here's some extra parts. There is the front of your gun mantlet and the other muffler. So, like I said, simple models, acceptable amount of detail. When you build this up, it's going to look like an M46 tank. Here's your instructions. There's a decal sheet. White shoot me stars, tank number 21. And I'm sure you could look up that serial number, and I'm sure it's a real tank. Probably a gate guard somewhere outside of a VFW or a military base. Here's your instructions. Atlantis is really good at putting the history of your real vehicle in there. I've read this already. It tells about service history, its history in the Korean War, the engine in this paragraph, its innovative steering mechanism that it had. It's kind of a joystick style steering, like a modern skid loader would be, and its service history, and its compares it to the T-34, which it faced in Korea, and the JS-3 tank. Also, another great thing about Atlantis Model Company, that stamp right there, made in the USA. Every single kit they make is molded in Deer Park, New York, and all the molds they hold are in New York. And they're constantly bringing out new models. There's a newsletter you can sign up on their website. Go straight to your email. They have discount codes and new model news all the time. So here's the instruction book. Step 1, your lower running gear. Put all your wheels together. Stick them on the side of the hull. Step 2, throw your tracks on there. Bottom of the hull. Put it together, top of the hull. Step 3, details on the top of the hull. Step 4, your turret. Yep, that's turret basket. Step 5, put the 2 parts together. And there's your decals, and that's it. So, while I'm finishing that up, I'm going to start on this. It shouldn't take too long, I wouldn't think. Might not even paint it, to be honest. It'll kind of a nostalgic thing I like to do with an Atlantis model is to build them out of the box like they would have been built back in the day. one of my favorite kits that they've come out with that I built is their North Carolina class battleship. It's an old Renwall model. Goes together very, very nice. And I built it up and made it look like one of the factory build-ups that they would send to hobby shops. So I'm gonna start on this. Just gonna have a chill afternoon. And in the next video, we'll have some big surprises. I'll show off the finished Supra and maybe even the finished tank here. So with that, I want to thank you for watching. Fingers in the way. I want to thank you for watching and all of your nice comments. And hopefully stick around, because in a couple weeks we'll have another video with some surprises and some lucky people. So with that, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time.